Itaewon Sammy here. Another Friday, another vlog. Here we go. Another beautiful day in Goyang. Enjoying the sunny sunset. No more night video shoots. I'm not gonna do a night video. That video did not turn out the quality that I want, so I'm not gonna do those anymore. But it was content, so I posted it. Speaking of content, got some more coming up today. Today, voting. How does a foreigner vote in a Korean election? We don't have one coming up, but I have a Canadian election coming up, and for the first time I'm entitled to vote. I'm not, and I'll talk about that, but I thought it would be interesting to talk to you about how do I as a foreigner vote in a Korean election. So as usual, please subscribe if you like, and if you are a subscriber and you're watching, please click the like button right now, or the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. It does help get my video out to more people. It shows up on the YouTube analytics. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to check me out. I'm gonna post a link at the bottom. Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Korean Standard Time on TBS EFM YouTube channel. Just YouTube TBS EFM and listen to them live from 2 to 4 p.m. Sundays Korean Standard Time for Itaewon Sammy. Sundays Sam Day with Itaewon Sammy. I thank all my followers for texting during the broadcast. If you live text, I will give a shout out to the live broadcast. Anyway, let's get to today's story, voting. So let's talk about two steps. First step, as a Canadian, I'm entitled to vote in the Canadian election coming up in a couple of days. It's a mail-in ballot. You have to register. You have to receive the ballot in the mail and then send it back in time. There is an option where you can actually drop it off at the Canadian Embassy in Seoul or the consulate in Busan, and they will send it via diplomatic courier back to Ottawa. Now the time has expired. I believe it was the 17th, and as of filming today is the 17th. Yeah, I think today's the 17th, and that time has expired. But for next time, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. So in America, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that Americans are entitled to mail in. I've heard about it before. Check with your local embassy for UK citizens or whatever citizenship you are. Check out how you can vote when you're outside of the country. I'm assuming mail-in ballots are the way they do it, like in every other country. The thing with Canadians was that this is a new thing. This is the first time it's happening where we're allowed, expats are allowed to vote, because I am a non-resident citizen. What that means is I have no assets in Canada, I have no address, I have no bank accounts, I have no debts, I have nothing tying me to Canada other than just my passport and my pension. I have nothing else in Canada tying me to Canada, so I can, as a tax thing, you send in a notice to Revenue Canada, the tax office, and they will do some investigation. Not investigating, they will look at your records, your departure from Canada, and they'll see if you have any, they'll do their little search online to see if you have any assets, and if you don't, they will denote you as a non-resident citizen, so you don't have to pay taxes. I still will have to pay income tax on any monies I earn, but I don't have anything there except for a pension, and that's 15 years away. So, voting in Korea. Now, Korean elections, Korea is a democracy, and it is a presidential democracy where you vote for president every 5 years. So I think there's a couple of years left before the next election. They also have regional municipal elections, city hall, mayor, governor, all of those things, district representative, you know, those normal things that they do in a democracy. How to vote. As an F visa, as a permanent resident, after my 3rd year of permanent residency, I'm entitled to vote in the next election. Now, there is one caveat. I am not permitted in the election to vote for president, but I can vote for everyone else, which means mayor, my local representative in the parliament or senate, House of Representatives, and also a few other representatives. So I can vote in those. How I have to do that is all registered voters. So you have to go to the local administrative office and you have to register your address as a person eligible to vote, over 18 and with the proper documentation. So you register like you do in the United States, and they will send out the voting document before the election. It's a big package and it shows where you can vote, how you can vote, just the normal things like they do in most countries. Now, problem is it's all in Korean. So you have to be able to read Korean and follow the instructions. How important is it? As a foreigner, well, let me take a step back. I don't believe in politics. I was a huge pro-democracy kind of guy. Ever since I was 18, I voted in every possible election in Canada. I donated the maximum amount to the candidate of my choice. And I actually considered, for a short time, getting into local politics with the idea of supporting a candidate, you know, through their career, and eventually hoping that through fundraising and campaigning and dedication, etc., that I would benefit with a possible appointment as a justice of the peace, which is kind of like a judge, but it's an appointment where you get paid quite a bit to oversee small traffic fines, marriages, you know, signatures required, that kind of thing. And it's a pretty cool job to have. And I was hoping that would, you know, I could use that for retirement, because I would continue to work after I retire. Anyway, that didn't work out, obviously. So I don't really, and then over the last 12 years, I've watched politician after politician promise to do something, and then they end up not doing what they promised, and then eventually 2 or 3 years into their mandate, there's a scandal, either involving them or someone close to them. And, you know, I look at politics and I look at the system of democracy, and it's not the politicians that are bad, it's the system that is bad. Democracy doesn't work because the system is broken, in my opinion. You have a infrastructure that is innately corrupt, and lobbyists and all of that. We could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, but I'm not going to. It's just my opinion. I don't truly believe that democracy works, because it's not fair, especially if you look at the American system with their gerrymandering and their electoral college. That is so heavily weighted towards the incumbent, It's not fair. So I've soured on election. I might take an interest in the upcoming election here in Korea. It'll be my first one where I'm allowed to vote. I missed the other one by a few months. But I'll look at my local candidate in where I live to see what they can do to help support the things I believe in. Social assistance, medical, immigration reform, retirement, those kinds of things. Things that are important to me, as they are with everybody else. You know, that they vote for the politician that best fits their needs and desires. So that's how voting works here in Korea for expats. If you have any questions or comments, please click on the link below and post a comment. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Adil, I know you're watching right to the end, so I want to say thank you at the end of the video. Tim, I really appreciate you commenting and watching. Hope you're doing well. Miss you, buddy. Hope to talk to you soon. Come on vacation down to Philippines. Everyone else, Itaewon Semi, living life in Seoul, South Korea. Out.